Wesleyan College was founded in 1836, the first college in the world chartered to grant degrees to women. Nearly 200 years later, Wesleyan is among the finest liberal arts colleges in the United States, recognized for academic excellence, talented faculty, diversity, and service to the community. The college's 200-acre campus, which is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, is noted for its scenic rolling hills, stately trees, and beautiful Georgian architecture. Wesleyan is located in the center of the state in Macon, Georgia, just an hour south of Atlanta's Hartsfield International Airport. It is a city well known for its architecture, musical heritage, and a vibrant art scene. Though deeply rooted in the American South, Wesleyan College has long had a global reach, educating students from around the world. Much of this history can be traced to the three remarkable Sung sisters who traveled from China to Wesleyan College in the early 1900s as the first Chinese women to be educated in the United States. In April of 2013, 100 years after Sung Ching-ling graduated from Wesleyan, the college established the Confucius Institute at Wesleyan College in collaboration with the Chinese Ministry of Education. Through the institute, Wesleyan now offers her students the opportunity to study Chinese language, culture, and history while exploring what it means to live in an increasingly globalized world.
In the summer of 2012, I had the great privilege of traveling to China to work out the relationship with our partners in Guangzhou University to create the Confucius Institute at Wesleyan College. So we first met in Guangzhou, got to know each other better, and then traveled together to Beijing. And the Confucius Institute was created that day. The grand opening of the Confucius Institute in April of 2013 was a real highlight of the year of my entire term as president of Wesleyan College. We are all about firsts at Wesleyan College, having been the first college in the world chartered to grant degrees to women. We also are very proud of having been the college where the first Chinese women were educated in the United States, the Sung sisters, of course. The relationship with the Sung sisters gives us an incredible connection on which we continue to build. The Sung sisters are powerful examples of bright young women whose leadership abilities and cultural sensibilities and intellectual capacity were enhanced by international travel and study right here at Wesleyan College.
In 1904, at the age of 14, Sung Ai-ling traveled 10,000 miles to attend Wesleyan College. In an age when college was still a relatively rare experience even for Western women, Ai-ling would be the first Chinese woman to be educated in the United States. She graduated from Macon's Wesleyan College in 1909. Ai-ling was described as precocious, a serious and determined student who was clever with finances and business. Ching-ling and May-ling joined their older sister at Wesleyan in the fall of 1908. Ching-ling was of college age. 10-year-old May-ling insisted on joining her older sister. May-ling had the reputation for being mischievous and sharp-witted. The 1908 school term marked the only year that all three sisters were at Wesleyan at the same time. Their signatures appear together in the college's matriculation book for 1908-09. Ching-ling was remembered as quiet and profound, and for her wholehearted devotion to her country. She, too, graduated from Wesleyan in 1913. Both Ai-ling and Ching-ling returned to China immediately following their graduation from Wesleyan. After spending her freshman year, 1912-13, at Wesleyan in Macon, May-ling transferred to Wellesley College to be closer to her brother, known as TV, who was attending Harvard. May-ling earned her bachelor's degree from Wellesley College near Boston in 1917. Upon May-ling's return to China, she married Generalissimo Kai-shek, a rising star in China's military. Sung Ai-ling married H. Kung, finance minister of China, and Sung Chingling married Sun Yat-sen, known as the father of modern China. The three sisters have played influential roles in the politics, economy, and history of modern China. Their education at Wesleyan prepared each of them for an important destiny. The legacy of the Sung sisters is still recognized around the world. It is Wesleyan's connection with the Sung sisters that makes the Confucius Institute at Wesleyan both unique and a natural progression in the relationship between China and Wesleyan College.
The main purpose of every Confucius Institute is to provide Chinese language instruction and to introduce the community to Chinese culture. Throughout the year, we offer many activities through our Confucius Institute, including activities that we co-sponsor with the Middle Georgia Sino-American Association. We have 200 to 300 people on campus enjoying Chinese activities, food, and fellowship with each other.
The Confucius Institute at Wesleyan College is housed within the Willett Library building and includes a gallery and event center, a conference room with an extensive resource library on Chinese culture and language, and office space. The library is also home to the China Room, which houses many precious historical artifacts and original artwork. As a result of Wesleyan's deep and abiding relationship with the Sung sisters, Wesleyan is the home of an extensive collection of period photographs, personal correspondence, tapestries, garments, and other works of traditional Chinese art. Wesleyan is pleased to share these important pieces of Chinese culture with our community, as well as visitors, historians, and dignitaries from around the world.
I was born in Guangxi province in southwest China. When I was 8 years old, I immigrated to the United States. We moved to Augusta, Georgia, and I graduated from Wesleyan in 2002. The significance of the Confucius Institute here is very personal for me, because when I first moved to Augusta, Georgia at the age of 8, there weren't very many Chinese around. And it's amazing to see how this country and this state of Georgia has developed in the past 20, 30 years to be a community that actually embraces Chinese culture. It's very moving and it's very personal for us. My mother was actually one of the founding members of the Chinese Association in Middle Georgia. So when I joined the faculty here and found out that we had a brand new Confucius Institute with so many resources, I initiated the connection between the Middle Georgia Chinese Association and the Confucius Institute. The Middle Georgia Sino-American Association has several goals. One goal is educating young children in Chinese. So many of the second generation Chinese American children go to Saturday language school. And of course, there are many, many Americans who live in the community who are very interested in Chinese culture as well. And the Confucius Institute offers many classes. With the arrival of the Confucius Institute, it has given us so many opportunities in partnering with the Sino-American Association in presenting these wonderful holidays and traditions to the Middle Georgia community. The largest festival, of course, is the Chinese Lunar New Year, which usually takes place around the end of January or the beginning of February. And that is a time when people go home and see their families and go to all their relatives and bring gifts and get together and eat. It's kind of like our Thanksgiving.
Wesleyan's international standing and academic excellence is reflected in its students hailing from across the United States and over 20 countries around the world. In the 2013-14 academic year, the number of Chinese students attending Wesleyan climbed to more than 50, indicating a growing interest in cross-cultural education. As a result of the relationships established through the Confucius Institute, dozens of faculty and students have also attended functions and conferences at Guangzhou University in China. In addition to on-campus and academic offerings, the Confucius Institute at Wesleyan College extends its educational mission into the community. In the first year of the Institute, Wesleyan partnered with one of Macon's most prestigious private college preparatory schools to provide cultural enrichment programs and Mandarin language courses to both middle and high school students. At present, college and Confucius Institute staff are working to plan new programs in consultation with the Wesleyan Academy for Lifelong Learning and with Georgia business leaders who are interested in opportunities for economic development and international trade. In September 2012, the U.S. Department of State awarded Wesleyan College a grant to develop an American Cultural Center at Guangzhou University in China. The center, which is curated by Wesleyan staff, along with our partners in Guangzhou, provides students and visitors in China with an opportunity to study and experience American culture, ensuring a two-way cultural exchange.
In May of 2013, I got the honor and privilege to travel to Guangzhou and to Guangzhou University to take part in the grand opening of their American Cultural Center. I gave a concert of jazz music with a band from Iceland and Australia. We performed traditional American jazz standards as well as some Chinese folk tunes that I arranged in a jazz style. This was the perfect vehicle to deliver a message of East meets West, and that was the title of our program. With this partnership between the American Cultural Center in Guangzhou and the Confucius Institute at Wesleyan College, it has just fostered a greater understanding between the two cultures, and it makes me so proud to be a member of both cultures, Chinese culture and American culture, and be able to be active professionally in both the American Cultural Center and the Confucius Institute by giving performances, teaching, and interacting with people who are interested in the integration and the melding of these two cultures.
For nearly 2 centuries, Wesleyan College in Macon, Georgia, has been a leader in educational innovation. Wesleyan has long worked to help her graduates pioneer new opportunities, roles, and directions for themselves and all who follow them. For more than 100 years, international students have been an important part of that legacy.
I think international travel and study is one of the best ways to learn about yourself and the world in which you live. I would encourage every student to do it. When we travel to another culture, we realize that there are so many different ways to the same goal. There are so many different ways to do things, and this fosters an ability to work together with other people, whether from down the street or on another continent, because empathy for other people's circumstances and situations is one of the most important skills I think we can have.
Wesleyan's leadership is grateful for the friendships the college enjoys around the world. International partnerships like the relationship between the Institute and our American Cultural Center greatly enhance our ability to prepare students to become leaders in a complex, globalized world.